Personality tests do not test the great variety of personalities, but squeeze everybody into 4 or 10 categories. This test is designed to help you see 11 personality traits that can be combined into hundreds and thousands of personalities and variations that go with them, and with little effort. It is designed to give you a feel for yourself and others, and what to look for to better assess personalities and ways to begin to improve on them. I will give you 2 examples of how it is done with the personalities of Rosie and Frank. They are opposite personalities. I will then show you how to add other factors that we usually define as personality to help give your assessments the touch, even more of reality, that brings people to life and gives them character, color, and uniqueness. This key shows you the 4 stages of the brain and their animals and icons for the upper and lower natures. They are perception, emotion, thinking, and action. There are 4 personality tests. The first is biological personality, which takes up 2 pages. The second is family personality. The third is a thinking personality. And the fourth is our situational personality, as we vary depending on the situation. This is your answer sheet. Your answer sheet has 1 set of score boxes for each personality, the dark blue, and a 5th for adding up the first 4 together, the light blue. It also shows which widget each section of the box represents in the personality. The yellow arrow points to 1, 2, 3, 4, which represents the 4 stages of the brain in the upper nature. There are 6 questions for these 4 stages. The red arrow points to 5, 6, 7, and 8, the lower nature widgets in those same 4 stages. Each test sheet has 10 questions. You are to pick 1 question out of the first 6 that best suits you. At the right side of the questions is a box showing you where the X goes on your answer sheet for any of those particular questions on the personality test. Do the same for the last 4 questions. Pick the question that best fits you from questions 7 to 10. On the right side of the questions, it shows you which box to put an X in on the answer sheet for the box that pertains to that question. You can pick a second or even a third question from questions 1 to 6 and 7 to 10 and place X's on the answer sheet accordingly, but make them much smaller so you can tell which ones were dominant. On test 1, biological personality, in the first 6 questions, question number 1 fits Frank's the best. I see where the X goes and I put it on the corresponding answer sheet. I have also put a small X for the 5th question in the first 6 that also fits him, but I've made it smaller as it is not as dominant. Next, I pick question number 9 that best fits him from the questions 7 to 10. And again, I put a large X in the corresponding box on the answer sheet for his lower nature. I now do the same for Rosie. But in the questions 7 to 10, I didn't find any that I felt fit her, so I didn't put anything. When you have read and added your X's in the answer sheets for all 4 personality tests, biological, family, belief, and situational, you are then ready to add them up to form an overall personality profile. To add them up, just drop all the X's down in their respective boxes. Do not change the size of the X's. Pile them up for the upper nature, hang them down for the lower nature. I have done this for Rosie and Frank. Now you have an overview of which widgets dominate. If you were to name or draw the widgets above over the corresponding X's below, you would have a graphic view of your personality. You can do this for all 4 of the personalities: biological, family, belief, and situational, not just the bottom. Here I've only put the bottom. You can also make adjustments, making some of the widgets bigger or smaller. The test is to kind of give you an idea, but once you got the idea, you really don't need the tests at all. If I were to read these graphics, starting with Rosie, I would say here is a person who's very loving, and everything else is really quite normal except for she's not very greedy or aggressive. For Frank, we could say he sees a lot and hears a lot. It's a bit paranoid, quite patient. He may be a little greedy, a little weird, and a little bit aggressive. As you see, the widgets are like words. You can vary them, you can put them together to describe yourself or others. Let me do a couple of complex personality disorders to give you an idea. We can use colored bars as some of the widgets to show that they are but of minor importance. The first one is of a paranoid personality. They have lots of fear and they act upon it. The second one is an antisocial. It's very much like a paranoid personality, but the lower nature is very active. In a normal personality, the upper nature widgets are all dominant and communicate to each other. The lower natures are not dominant, but they are there to be used if needed. Below, you see a nerd, a dependent person, an intellectual, an active person. On the right, we have liar, liar, pants on fire, a greedy person, a dreamer, and an aggressive person. I have not added the minor characters, but you can do so if you wish. This was a graph of our me. The next short video will add a few things for myself and I and situations, and that will complete the personality graphing. Do have fun.